am here with Lindsey Stirling, who was just telling me that she remembers Young Hollywood from way back when. How are we so memorable?
I don't know. I just remember it was a fun interview. It was backstage before like the LA show, so I was super excited.
It was a while back.
It was a year ago?
I think it was
At
even
least
more
a
than
year
that.
and a half
Yeah,
ago? That's
yeah.
crazy.
So congratulations, Miss debuting at #2 on Billboard and #1 on
Thank you.
iTunes, and it's insane, insane. Have you
It is.
shattered? Not to be too cliche, but have you shattered your own expectations?
Definitely. I mean, people always say like, oh, we think it's going to chart really high, but you never think it's going to be that good, you know? And so I was absolutely blown away by the response to it. And I'm just so happy that not only did it do well, but people are like my fans loved it and they have embraced it, and that makes me so happy.
Well, I know you've talked about how you wanted to make this sort of a fresh take on your previous records, and you didn't want it to sound the same. You didn't want it just to be extensions. So how was
Right.
it? How did you make it a fresh take for you?
We know I worked with almost all new producers, and so that's always different when you co-write with different people and you're collaborating with different people.
That must be interesting, having those different energies that you're not used to.
It was at first it was very scary. It's almost like dating. It's like blind dating. You show up to the studio. Yeah, are they gonna like my music? Are we gonna work? Exactly. It's like a blind date. And so it was a little nerve-wracking. I was terrified to do it, but I think the overall outcome was a nice fresh take. And also I kind of went to a different place mentally to write for this album. My last album I wanted to express just like being unique and outside the box and kind of fun, and this time, Shatter Me itself is a pretty bold statement. The cover I think is much more deep, and I wanted to kind of express some of the things that I went through that allowed me to break free.
So you're going on tour.
Yes.
America first and then Europe. Mm-hmm. What's the first thing you do once you get off stage? Do you have something that you run to right away?
A bowl of cereal.
Really? That's like the comfort. You get off this major stage performing in front of thousands of people and you want your bowl of cereal?
I need my cereal. It's very much a comfort food for me. I'm not sure where that came from, but
I think it's a girl thing. I think girls do that.
Midnight cereal is the best.
And what about the last thing you do before you go on stage? You have a ritual?
We were actually talking about how we need a new ritual, because all of our tours so far we've done the same little ritual, and we're like, we need a new thing. But one thing we do is we always play, every tour we choose a song, and every show we play that song before we go on stage. And last time it was Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. Before that it was Bangarang by Skrillex, and we just dance. We just get hyped up and then we walk on stage.
You do your crazy dance?
We do our crazy dance.
So I just saw on your Instagram or your Twitter, Chad Michael Murray?
Yes. One of the best moments of my life.
Was it really?
He was definitely my guy in high school.
If you were going to laminate like your top 3, he'd be on there?
He would definitely have been on there.
Okay.
The 16-year-old Lindsey died inside.
So how did that meeting come about? Was it just random?
We were both on VH1 the same day, and I overheard his name in the background. And I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, hey, he was like my big-time high school crush, And so they're like, oh, we'll have you meet him. And he came around the corner, and they introduced us, and I said, I'm Lindsey, and I was holding my violin, and he's like, your last name's not Stirling, is it? And I just about melted inside.
He knew you. He's a fan of yours.
He knew who I was, and he's like, I'm a fan of yours. I have you on my playlist. I listen to you all the time, and so pretty big moment for me.
Was he dreamy?
He was dreamy. Actually, he's got a lot of. I was like,
I saw facial hair.
I was like, shave off your facial hair. You have a really nice face under there.
Yeah, don't hide it. Don't hide it. Thank you for chatting with us. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We will be catching you on tour for sure.
Awesome.
And Chad shave. Yeah, for Lindsey, please.